Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hello everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending upon the area you are in. All right. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha Sankasteshu Pajayate Sankat Samjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Bijayate. So, Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha. What does that mean? If we keep on thinking about our sense objects, like the way I keep thinking about my, coffee, then what happens? Sankasteshu pajayate. Attachment is born. So now I kept thinking about coffee. There's so much building going on internally, thought level buildings inside my mind, and it has become a huge building. I cannot think of anything else, but I just need the coffee because I kept thinking about it. I have dreamt so much about the coffee now, and I need the coffee. That's when that's how the attachment is born. Sangat sanjayate kama. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Sangat sanjayate means what? From the attachment is born the desire. Now from the desire, kamat krodho bijayate. So from the desire, we can understand it from attachment to desire. Normally, people do not, distinguish between, attachment and desire. So it's very, very little people do that. So desire is, you need it. You just say it. I need it. I like it. That's how you say it. But attachment is, it's a subtle thing, a little more subtle thing. Okay. So when I'm born, somebody says, hey, you know what, my date of birth is so and so, and on that day, if you go back in time, let's say you were able to get into time machine and you go back on that day, you won't look at me the same way I'm looking like now. You will look at a small child, right? So somebody can go back to their date of birth on that day using a time machine, like H.G. Wells. So we go in there and we see, no, this is not the guy who was born back then. This looks like a very small child. So same way, desire, the same thing, the difference is not in kind, the difference is in the degree. So the desire, when it is born, it is born in the form of a thought, and from the thought, it becomes an attachment to desire. When it grows, when the attachment grows, it's a desire now. So when we are looking at a desire, we are not actually looking at just the desire as a whole, we are looking at the accumulated thoughts combined together, the focused thought. And combined together, focused attachments, multiple attachments make one desire. Now, after kama, kamat krodho bijayate. So once the kama is born, I keep drinking coffee. The day when I don't have the coffee, I'm going to get irritated. And when somebody opposes, no, you're not going to drink the coffee at all. Nobody's going to get you the coffee. Even if you try to prepare it on your own, you're not going to be let to prepare your coffee. Then comes the krodha, right? So that's the birthplace of krodha. This is just an example, guys. So he is saying in the 62, from attachment, desire is born. From desire, krodha is born. And from where does the attachment born? Attachment is born by keeping. We keep thinking about the particular object that we need or we think we need. That's when. So you keep thinking about something, you get attachment over that time. So try not to think about something in case if you cannot really get it. Okay. Well, that's mine. It's not Lord Krishna's. Okay. Lord Krishna says this is the pathway. How is Krodha born? This is way. Now, this is one of them again. As I said in my previous video. All these shlokas are going to be very, very interesting because now this is something that I can easily relate. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibramaha. Smriti bramshtrat buddhinashat pranashyati. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. So first thing that happens after your desire is blocked is the krodha, the anger. From the anger comes confusion. So you are angry. That's just a feeling, it's an empty feeling, but it's very strong. And from that, what are you going to do? What one does? He is in a confused state. There is no rational thinking in there. Sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibrama. What happens after this so-called sammoha? Sammoha is you're just holding on to something without any rationale. That is anger. You're holding on to something which is actually, it does not have any value at all. There is no reason to hold on to that, and you're still holding on to it because that is the that's the power of anger. Now, from sammohat smriti vibramaha. So as soon as you get this, all this happens within fractions of seconds. Okay, sammohat smriti vibramaha means your memory goes away, gets deleted. What anger does is anger leads to confusion. Confusion deletes your memory. It does not take, okay, what should I hold on to, what should I let go? That is the confusion. So that confusion, no matter, even the memory tries to bring up this is what you need to do, hold on to, the confusion is not letting you hold on to it. So it actually, you think of, the Samoha is in, Mount Everest, and it is very, straight 90 degrees vertical. And on this is the Samoha. And your memory tries to slowly bring it here. It's not holding it, then it lets go, then it falls down. So this is exactly what happens to Smriti Vibramaha. This is how I visualize it in my mind. I'm just sharing this with you. Smriti Bramshat Buddhi Nasho. So where does the Buddhi act from? It is like, a gun without bullets. I don't have memory. Memory is not letting, it's falling down. So the gun is here. Buddhi Nasho. Your intellect can only work when there is memory. So your intellect is gone. Buddhi Nasha Pranashyasi. You are as good as a what? A retard. Can you work without your brain? Intellect, what is brain? Brain is a collection of neurons. So what are neurons? Neurons are again accumulated thoughts, right? And now neurons make connections based on your genes, based on how you carry your day, how your conditions. Your brain is conditioned in a particular manner, and that has multiple determinisms. Okay, and the determinisms that I've heard of is environmental determinism, I guess, and then socio or psychotic determinisms, and then genetic determinism. Yeah, so multiple. There are so many, and these are just three that came to my mind. I believe from Stephen Covey I have read. I'm not sure though. All right. Of course, Daniel Goldman would have more. Okay, and then now what? Buddhi Nashat Pranashyati. So when your brain is done, Pranashyati. What is Pranashyati? You fall. I need my brain to work, do everything. That no wonder why when people are at the peak of the anger, they are what? They're devastated. And sometimes they can't even tell their name properly. They don't act normally. So this is the pathway. This is 63. Let me repeat. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibramaha. Smriti bramshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati. Alright. Now the next is 64. Which is what? Ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyais charan atmavashyai videyatma prasadamadi gacchati. So what does that mean? But Arjuna, even though I've given you indicated your don'ts, indicated the danger of letting go of your senses to crave about the sense objects. Let me tell you, but that person who has controlled his mind does not have likes and dislikes. Through the same senses which are under his control, he still goes behind the sense objects. But he is very clear in his mind, okay, this is going to happen if I'm going to do too much of indulgence. So what does he say? He lets go here. Be among the sense objects. Doesn't matter. You can be so. Even though I've told you that now you are aware of the danger. Now you won't. So there is a plug point right behind me. There is a hole in it. And next to that, there is a switch. I switch it on. I can go ahead and put my finger into it. Now what happens after that, everybody knows. So this is like that. So in the sense, of course, it's not as quick as it is. It is a little a gradual process, but the danger and the impact is the same. Because what happens? I get paralyzed. What happens here? After the buddhinashat pranashyati, I get paralyzed. So it's the same. So ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyais charan. The indriyas are not on the charan of this indriya arthan. Indriya arthan, vishayan or indriya arthan are one and the same. They are at the feet of indriyas. So the sense objects are the slave of the indriyas and not the indriyas and the slave of the sense objects. So indriya, in the sense, the five senses that we, here including the mind. Mind is also a sense here, for that matter. Again, there are two types of indriyas. There are multiple types of, I guess, two main types: karmendriyas and jnanendriyas. Jnanendriyas bring the information, processes, etc. And then, or not process, just bring it. And then karmendriyas are the indriyas that are used to, do some action. Okay. All right. So what does a person of control mind do? A person of control mind has his senses controlled, and using those senses, he is among the sense objects. At the same time, he gets mental clarity. So, have mind control is 64's unspoken morale. Okay, all right. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate. Prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhi paryavatistate. Okay, so what does that mean? When a person has clarity of mind, so when I'm saying it, you can see the change in my facial expression, because I can see so many things that has happened to me, and with the help of which I can relate to multiple things. But I don't want to waste your time. But I'll definitely be coming and sharing based upon your comments. When your mind is clear, all your grief is done away with. Grief, as long as there is no clarity in your mind, there will be grief. You will be sad. If your mind is clear, the more the clear your mind is, the lesser the sadness is. When clarity is full, there is zero sadness in you. So, the person who has got clarity of mind, what kind of a person? The karma yogi. Okay? Now, which word does he say karma yogi here? Let me try. Prasanna chetasa. Right. So, prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyo pajayate prasanna chetaso hyashu. So, prasanna chetaso. So, when I say prasanna chetaso, or prasanna in the sense something that is very prominent. Okay. Chetaso is again the brain stuff. Prasanna chetaso, prominent chitta, not the confused chitta in the previous 63rd shloka. This is 65th shloka. Prominent chitta, the person with the prominent chitta, he very soon goes away from all the useless items where his mind is wandering and goes into. Here the translator is saying Paramatma, but let me know, because I don't think Lord Krishna would have used the word Paryavatishtate. Yeah, it becomes stable. So again, stable again. Many people can think of, you can, in the concept of yoga, you can bring your mind stable using anything. Okay, anything that you like. You can start off doing it with anything. It could be a rose flower, it could be anything that you like. You keep on thinking about your mind. See, again, this is not keep on thinking about the sense objects. When you're bringing your mind within control, you have to focus your mind in one point. That can be done using any object. Okay, all right. So here he says that paryavatishtate means it becomes stable. All right. Nasti buddhira yuktasya na chayuktasya bhavana. Na chabhavayatah shantira shantasya kutah sukham. So now, For the person who has not won over his senses and the mind, he won't have a steady intellect. The intellect, again, for example, let's say, most of the times we have seen it is the decision making capability. All right. In order to have the decision making capability, we need very clear impact of what that decision would bring us. And if we are clear on the what decision would bring, what decision's impact is, still we need to take that action. We are always in a state of dilemma. Most of the times we are in a state of dilemma. What decision should be taken? Most of the situations, if you look closely, most of the situations, if we have clarity, then we can definitely take a decision. We have done it in the past. So many people who, in fact, people who are watching this video, most of them would have gone through this at one point of time in their lives. Okay, so what is he saying? He won't have a stable mind. Again, he's saying there won't be any nasti buddhira yuktasya na chayuktasya bhavana. When a person does not have a stable intellect, he's not saying stable mind here, he's saying stable intellect. He won't even have any expression in his mind. Okay, I want to go back to 2004 when one of my colleagues. Okay, so he was a little senior, was just a new joinee in the team, and he was trying to was just trying to play with me. Okay, and it's a casually he was saying something, and I don't know what happened to my mind at that point in time, and I said, "You don't have a thought to speak." He was trying to tease me on a very light note. And then I was stunned with myself after when I was writing it in my diary back in 2004. This is around June 2004. And sorry, not June. It's about August 2004. And I was wondering, why did I say that later on, and how did that thought come to my mind? I was literally shocked in the night when I was analyzing it. Oh, okay. That is because I was able to read through his words what was going on in his mind, which is, he was saying, he was stumbling to say some words about, what I'm saying. Then I understood he did not know what he was about to say. It sounded at least like that way. Then I realized, I have done it so many times with so many people. How was I able to do it? I was able to do it purely because, I stammered a lot of times purely because I did not have a clear thought. I wanted to say something, and suddenly another thought came into my mind. Okay, should I say this or should I say that? In that process, I'm still talking. And when I'm talking, what happens? Should I say this or should I say that? So I stammer. So the same thing happens for a person who does not have a stable intellect. When a person does not have a stable intellect, he does not have an expression. When there is no expression, he won't be able to talk at all. Forget about talking. When there is no when there is no expression, he does not have a feeling. He's completely blank. And what if that person, what he is saying is, that person who has never won over his mind and senses, what does that mean? He is always in a state of unstable intellect. So, for that guy, he is never going to have a expression at all. Which means what? There is no feeling and emotion in him. When a person does not have pure feeling, the exact term that he uses is bhavana. Okay? Chayuktasya bhavana. When the person does not have any bhavana in his mind, any feeling in his mind, so nobody wants to be near that person, right? He's a rock hard animal, right? And Daniel Goleman says, when you pull out the amygdala, the storehouse of feelings and emotions in our brain is the amygdala, the two almond shaped organs. When that is pulled out, then you will behave like as if you don't have feelings and emotion. So this is raw here. What Krishna is saying, you don't have to pull out your amygdala, but to become feelingless, if you are in a state of unstable, if you have an unstable intellect, then you will. And who will get an unstable intellect? The person who has not controlled his mind and senses. Okay. So, for him, there is no peace. Now, when a person does not have peace, where is the shukam? Kutaha shukam? That's what he means. There is no pleasure for that person who does not have a stable mind. We are all being sukam, right? So when you don't have when you have not controlled your mind, there is no sukam. That is the derivation. The derivation is what? Nasti buddhira yuktasya, nacha yuktasya bhavana, nacha bhavayatah, shantira ashantasya, kutaha sukam. Ashantasya, for a person who does not have peace, where is the shukam? So, control your mind, control your senses, and that gives you a stable intellect. When you have a stable intellect, you will have peace. When you have peace, you have pleasure. So, this is just the positive version of the same shloka. 66. He is still trying to alert Arjuna that, hey, you know what, this could also happen. The two shlokas here, it gives you, he gives two shlokas, he tells the good, and the next two shlokas he's telling the danger. He's indicating the danger. He's cautioning. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano anuvidhiyate ite tadasya harati prajnam vayurnava mivambasi. Because now he is telling the karana, the reason why one has to make sure there is perfect control of the mind. See, it's your mind, it's my mind, it's everybody's mind. Everybody has got a mind. What about the retards? I mean, people who are mentally challenged? No, you don't bring them now. I have researched on that and a lot, but I'm not going to tell about that right now. This is only for the people who are, who can comprehend this, cognize this. In a way, we are all privileged to be around them because they are constantly communicating a very profound, knowledge to us. And I'm going to come back to that later. Okay. So let me say this. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano anuvidiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurna mivambasi. Nava vimambasi. Vayurnava mivambasi. Alright. Because Arjuna, when a boat gets carried away by the wind, just like how the boat is carried away by the wind, the person who is in the sea of worldly pleasures, or this worldly or the upper worldly pleasures, and that one sense object with which his senses are connected to can carry away his mind and his intellect. Okay, so the wind carries away the boat because it's too strong. Similarly, the intellect is also kidnapped by that sense object to which his mind and senses are attached to. So that is what he is saying. So you want to control your boat, or you want the wind to control your boat? So you want to control your boat, right? Similarly, you want to control your mind and intellect, or you want the sense object to control your mind and intellect. So you be the master and don't allow the sense object to be your master. Okay. Tasmadyasya mahabaho nigruhitani sarvashah indriyani indriyartebhyastasya prajna pratishtita. This is again a beautiful shloka. So Mahabaho, again, many times he uses this. Mahabaho is, the one with very broad shoulders. Okay. I'll give you another formula. The intellect of that person becomes stable who has controlled his senses from all the sense objects, or who has protected his senses from all sense objects. He has withdrawn those senses. So that person's intellect becomes. So take it away. Don't think about coffee. For me, if I myself, if I have to take this advice to me, don't think about the coffee. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyati pashyato munehe. It's a beautiful shloka. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati samyami. Whichever stuff, I'm going to tell you the literal meaning and then I'll come to the explanation of this. Ya nisha. Whatever is the night for everybody, sarva bhutana, any living being, samyami, jagarti, in that night of the sarva bhutanam, this samyami is the person who has controlled, okay, who has pacified the it's not actually controlled is too very very hard statement, but samyami is somebody who has pacified the sense objects, who has made them calm, okay. So for that person, in the sense he is actually literally meaning Sthita Prajna. That Sthita Prajna. So what does that mean? So literally this is like for everybody when something is night, for this person, the samyami, it is a day. So he is awake. Yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyate munehe. So for somebody, when the entire world is bhutani, yasyam jagrati, the entire world is awake about one particular thing, whereas munehe pashyato nisha, he is asleep. So what is this guy? He should be an outcast. So he is not doing what the entire society is doing. He is not doing what the Sarva Bhutani is doing. He is doing the opposite. In fact, he is not just doing that, he is doing the opposite. For me, so what does he mean here? Initially, in one of the shlokas, Lord Krishna said, Arjuna, you were awake. You were what? Lord Krishna was saying, you got confused with the words of a lot of people, flowery words. Okay? Flowery words picked up from the Vedas, talking about the greatness of the heaven. Okay? So what is the greatness of the heaven? Heaven is full of pleasures, right? So in all these pleasures, most people who are in those pleasures, right, they just forget themselves. They want to forget themselves. Okay? No, don't tell me all this, okay? I want to be, I'm happy here, let me keep, enjoying all these pleasures, okay? You know what pleasures mean, so I don't have to explain what the pleasure, I don't have to give examples of what all the pleasures means, okay? So, you say that, but in that pleasure, the easy good guy, the question is not good or bad. Arjuna, you are doing it, whereas the Munehe does the opposite. So, become a Muni, okay? He's saying that. So Krishna does not hate Arjuna. He wants Arjuna to be so. Okay? That's why he's saying it. So be a knight to it. So let it be indifferent to it. Okay? You don't have to hate it, but just be indifferent to it. Okay? And then yasyam jagrati. So when entire world is sleeping on something, this person is working. So one of the, I don't know, this is a very very famous happening with Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett was once asked, what's the secret behind your, becoming the world's number one investor? He said, okay, I guess in Harvard, I'm not sure. Close all the windows and doors, this is the secret, okay? I was greedy when people were afraid. And I was afraid when people were greedy. What does that translate to? You buy when people are selling the stocks, and you sell when the people are buying the stuffs, what happens? You get the maximum benefit. That's exactly what Lord Krishna was saying. So you be careful. Just don't follow the herd. Doesn't mean that you have to be a maverick. Be aware. That's what he's saying. Okay. All right. All right, team. So again, everybody. So this is like 69. It's a very long video so far. This is the longest, I guess. So I'll come back with the 70th shloka. Okay, in the next video. Nice talking and thanks for listening. Thank you for your patience.